Sweet. So the first thing that this neighborhood reminded me of was the first Roto Doors.
Yeah, the first Bash. My dog is just already interrupting everything. The first Rotadors was about...
What was that, 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
2018, yeah.
It was held about 2 blocks from here towards Grant at Pat from Rodagese's house. And yeah, that was a magical fucking night.
That was so much. There was so many people there, and I was like nervous if I was going to be able to bring outside alcohol for some reason. And I was like, Matt was just like, no. And then we go in there, and it's like almost like a house, but then like it's just insane. It's like huge, open, like, and then like the stage, and then in front of it, like the floor was like bouncing.
Right. Yeah. During Freak the Mighty's performance, the crowd was jumping, and they broke a plank in the floor. Yeah, we kept going and stuff. We were just like staying around.
Then there's like a trampoline or something. It was insane. There were so many people.
Yeah, when I was performing, I jumped off stage and just laid in it like it was like a canopy or something.
It's like a massage chair or something for you.
Yeah. But yeah, that a lot of great memories from that event, and
so much fun.
You know, it was really something that we got away with it, like tucked in the middle of Amherst Street where you couldn't really see anything.
No cops at all during that whole time?
None. And it was loud. People were outside talking really loud, but you really couldn't see like the outside because there was huge hedges there. And then the inside, we had the windows blacked out. You couldn't look in. So, I mean, it was a miracle that didn't get broken up or any interference, but legendary night for Buffalo hip hop for sure.
Yeah, and it was the first one, Roto Doors 1, and it just was just that amazing. It was just fucking magical because you guys had the outside performers first. You had like that stage outside. So much fun. Everybody's hanging out. I think I remember Dr. Wu had a really good set.
Yeah, he did.
And he was like pouring wine into cups, and I think Justin has a picture of him pouring like some kind of wine into a cup there.
Yeah, with like it's like he's got focus on the wine, and it's like fuzzy.
It's fucking dope.
It's sick. Yeah,
that was just like the years prior to like the pandemic. Just like everything was just like that was
popping,
just great shit. And then so then Roto Doors 2, that was 1 year later, and that was just like the lineup was even like just more stacked. I think I started at like 3 or something, or maybe it was even noon. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I think it was probably like 2.
Yeah, and then that was outdoor, and then that went back in to the inside, and that was like cool. It was like an amphitheater or something. What was that building?
It was the Polish. It's like a Polish community center, basically, or like a Polish like Legion place. And then we just had found out through Pat, whose brother was a member there, that they had like this crazy auditorium type thing, and all we had to do was sign up or have Pat sign up with using his brother as a sponsor. And we walk in, and we're like, this is crazy. Like it smelled like Polish like borscht. I don't even know what they eat. I think it's something like that. But like it just had the smell like it was really for like the old timer Polish people. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know if this is gonna work. And then we walked through to the auditorium area. I'm like, oh shit, this is sick. And they showed us the back area, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. And the whole time we're like, all right, this is good. Who the fuck's gonna tell this lady what's about to happen here?
Yeah.
So I think it was me and Brandon together. We're like to the lady, like, look, we want to have from 2 p.m. to like maybe 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, like a music festival. We told her we did the first one. It was really, really successful, and no fights, no nothing. It was just really great. And the lady literally was just like, yeah, whatever you want to do. And we were like, okay. So we bring our own beer, and like it's just like it was a free for all again, just all over again. I was on acid the whole time. Which was like great, but I wish I wasn't, just so I could have like helped with like the infrastructure a little bit more while it was happening. But still a great time, like a really, really iconic time. We've talked about Road Doors 3. Brandon really wants to do it. If we do it, my guess would be it would be like a 10% chance it'd be done this fall, or a 90% chance it'd be done like next spring. Mm-hmm. I just don't think we have enough time.
That's what I was thinking, because especially in just like the spring, everything was still kind of uncertain, and that's probably when you guys would have been planning everything out.
Exactly. Yeah, the planning it takes a while to plan that stuff, and yeah, I mean we want to go back to Pat's house, the first one. Whereas at the first time, we just got to get the fucking floor fixed.
No, it's still not fixed over there.
So that's ongoing. But we really want to go back to the original because it was just such a perfect setup.
It really was, and it's just like nestled in there. It's so cool, just surrounded by people's like houses, just kind of in a neighborhood. But then it's just like you hear this music, and you're like walking around the corner. You're like, oh shit, this is just so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And like, so between the first and the second one, how many performers were on the first one?
I want to say like 23. And then for the second one, we had somewhere like 38.
Yeah.
So we definitely went up in names. Probably shouldn't have done that, or we could have increased it a little bit and been fine. But at the end of the day, we were trying to smush it in because things were running over and all that stuff. That's just classic like event
people's
stuff.
Sets were like overlapping each other, and then it kind of like just was pushing people's set times back.
Exactly, yeah. And like that's the horror of it all. Like dealing with that is tough. So trying to like slim it down to something we can handle and something we can stay on top of will be the goal for Trapdoors 3.
Just like logistically, just try and I don't know, what am I trying to say here? Just like boil it down into something like consistent. And then since you guys already have this experience with the first two,
something that's slick and it happens and it rolls off really, really, really well. And there's not like hiccups and all these different people and sets and things that play that can just throw wrenches into things. So the goal for Trapdoors 3 will be planning that stuff out to a nth degree, having people that manage a stage. You're on, you're off.
Just like people who kind of coordinate people's set time and stuff.
Exactly, yeah, and pay people to do that because it's worth it, and yeah.
Because were there not? It was just kind of people were just subbing in to kind of like dictate set times, or was there ever?
There were set times, but by the end, people were just kind of hopping up and stuff, and I think that's when we kind of lost control of it. But it's like I don't mind losing control of it. I mean, fuck, it's like. I mean, I'm a punky motherfucker. Like I like wish things kind of go haywire, but at the same time, you want to make sure everyone like
gets their fair shot, get their like set time, yeah,
right, and has a chance to show their art. So
yeah, of course,
yeah.
But so getting back to then that was pre-pandemic, but then after. So did you guys just perform in Rochester?
We did.
How was that?
It was fun, man. The place was interesting. You ever been to the Gypsy Parlor? Okay.
Sounds cool.
So,
off rip, yeah.
There's a place up there. I think it's called the Spirit Room, and it was a bar, but then had a little area for performing. And you walk in, and there's like little shelves and cabinets full of like baby. Like
fetuses.
Baby skulls and like baby skulls and shrunken heads and like all this crazy stuff. And then like you go into the actual performance area and there's like a whole couch full of old dolls and like then there's like pews. People sat in like church pews to watch us. And then next to us there was a full sized taxidermy like bear standing next to the stage.
That's fucking really cool.
Yeah. There was just a lot of like really interesting things in that, like a lot of trinkets and like black magic stuff, and like it was cool. Like I really enjoyed it. It was obviously like limited capacity, but it was all the pews were full, and we had a really good time. That was our first show post Marty, since Marty left 14. Me and Jordan doing it, and it went really well. And I think that kind of like spurred us to like really
just get your confidence back up, especially after being like in the whole COVID bullshit. But
exactly. Yeah. And then moving forward, we have like 6 shows already planned for the next couple months.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm excited. We got one coming up on the 1st. That's gonna be great. And
that's at Nietzsche's, right?
Yeah, at
Nietzsche's July 1st.
That's right.
And then who else we got on the bill there?
It's Ooze Gang, Chill Ali, Us, Mitch Finesse, and Wizza.
Groovy. But so with the Buffalo venues, aren't some of them like biased towards like, are they not biased, but they aren't as friendly towards like the rap music community when like booking shows?
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that like a problem here? I would assume?
I mean, it is. But before I forget, hosted by Jordan Hood Cooley.
Oh, yeah,
on the
of course,
first. Got to make sure I give Jordan his props. Luckily for me, I have developed over the years just relationships with some of these people, like the owner of Mohawk, Rick. Like, I know him pretty well. If I want to do a hip hop show there, I could probably do it. But he won't listen like anyone else, and if it's I don't know like where it comes from, because they have such unique shows there, and there's so many unique different people in this city. And I've never even heard of like a rap show in Buffalo getting shot up, dude. So like,
Yeah.
I don't even know where this shit comes from, or like it's definitely like they have a stigma with hip hop. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt. A lot of places wouldn't let hip hop play that I would never even ask if we could play there. But,
just some random shit. Yeah.
But Nietzsche's, reached out. They love when we play and love who we bring and like all that stuff. Because I think they just want professional hip hop. They don't. I think they probably grow tired of. Not for nothing. If you're an amateur hip hop person, just keep your fucking head up and keep grinding. Mm-hmm. But like the more amateurish hip hop,
just leave the sour taste in their mouth.
Yeah, where maybe it's a little bit like they're barely rapping over their songs, or the mute, like they didn't put their beats on the right flash drive. Just kind of those little things that could piss off sound men and owners and things like that. Yeah. I can imagine that being a factor, but at the end, I mean, there's probably a lot of racism there too.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
And that's hard. That's hard for me to swallow. It doesn't make it's complete bullshit, and also it's offensive to my friends and to me. Just thinking about people that can actually think that way.
To the art form, yeah.
And the art form is there's no color. It's all thing, man. Like hip hop nowadays is just all encompassing, and it's the most important and the most listened to genre in the world.
Exactly. Beautiful. But so I'm kind of curious as to just your origin story as a person, or and then into like music as well. So you're originally from Buffalo, or like a suburb, or
born and raised in North Buffalo.
Very cool. So not like Tonawanda area, actually in Buffalo, or
I grew up about 8-minute drive that way near Hurdle. I grew up on North Park Avenue, right in the epicenter of North Park district, right by the cinema on Hurdle, like right by that place, North Park Theater. So I'm a North Buffalo kid through and through.
So being on Hurdle, then X Wheels, right?
Yeah.
Did you go there a lot too?
I went there. I definitely went there a few times. I would love to like get in there and make something happen in there.
No, yeah, that's just. That place is huge on the inside. I don't know if you ever did you skate before, or just go there for shows?
I don't skate, but I was in there for a show, 2 shows, and I went there a couple times just to kind of chill and watch. Mm-hmm. So.
No, yeah. So they had the huge skate park. It was called Extreme Wheels on Hurdle Avenue, and just a huge skate park. And then they had like a concert stage, and they would have like just like hardcore and kind of like this screamo kind of music shows, like Avenged Sevenfold, I think, played there before, something like that. Yeah, I think so. Cool. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. And so they were doing that, and then like whenever they would book like a big band, me and my friends would just go there to just skate and act like we're just skating, but then we would also watch the concerts too, just over the fucking ramps. But eventually they stopped doing the concerts.
Right.
Yeah, and then they just left it to like a skate park, and then they were just like skating on the stage and shit.
Right.
Which is kind of stupid, but I don't know. They probably just couldn't pay the sound people, I guess. But... And then they were trying to like revamp it into another skate park, but then it's just like there's asbestos in there and shit, and I don't know. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
But,
that's an iconic Buffalo place.
Staple.
Yeah,
for
totally,
sure.
Totally is.
But so you grew up, and then high school, were you already making music?
A little bit. I was experimenting with it. I wasn't good yet at all or anything, but I started in high school, like doing it more and more. And then I went to college, and I decided I was just going to focus on basketball because I played basketball at Medaille.
Is that Medaille you said?
Yeah. So that 4 years, I did some music here and there, but really didn't like put anything towards it. Mm-hmm. But the second I graduated, like from that moment till now, I've been doing nothing but music.
What's the degree in?
Business administration.
There you go. BA. Were you, when you were experimenting with it, were you recording, like self-recording, or were you going to a studio somewhere?
No, I was self-recording through like a computer mic, man. Just trying to like see if it made sense, I guess, to do what I was doing.
Are any of those songs available anywhere on the internet?
Dude.
Because I think your earliest release is like 2017 on Spotify, right?
Yeah, I mean, the earlier stuff is just tucked away. There's one hidden on Bandcamp from 2013.
Secret name or same name?
I'll say the name, but you can try to find it. It's called Sex, Drugs, and Losing Control.
There you go.
But all that early stuff when I was experimenting all disappeared with my old like 8 laptops ago, you know?
Yeah, I feel that, yeah.
You know, I had like a shitty PC and all that, so.
So after college, and you start taking music, and you're seriously, and then, so were you just doing it by yourself, or did you have like a group of creative friends around you that were also making music?
I mean, I was solo to start, and I pretty much just started to hang out with different collectives like EVC, and then I hung out with Cooley High. I was in Cooley High for a little while, and then I would hang out with like the Dead Trash Gang at their garage place, and just kind of just like affiliating and meeting and collaborating with different people, still maintaining being a solo artist. And then eventually, once I got signed, I got signed to a manager, and then we pushed my first 2 albums, the Color of Air and my first pair of slippers, and it got out there pretty well, and it was in magazines and stuff, which was really cool. And then after that, me, Marty, and Jordan just decided like we're always hanging and we're always making music. We might as well just like start a group, and then that's how the original 14 Trapdoors came about in like 2017.
2017. Wow.
Yeah, and then we put out a few tapes since then, and our recent one's done pretty well. Eileen.
Yeah, it has. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. So, and then moving forward, me and Jordan just have a lot of ideas for projects. We still have a project that we're going to be we're going to be releasing soon-ish. That's all produced by 88 Keys, which is really fun. And then we got Door 3, which is all produced by me and Jordan, coming too. So, and a lot of shows. So, a lot of stuff come this summer. I'm just glad everything is somewhat back to normal, and I can like hug my friends, slap them up, and just like we could be a community again.
Exactly. It's been a long time. And then like, yeah, just like that pre-pandemic time, like I feel like that was really strong, seeing everybody out going to like a show and then going to a party after, just so much camaraderie and so much, was so much fun,
Right. No, it was fantastic. It was definitely threw a wrench in the whole thing with pandemic, but we're going to get back to it.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Yeah. But what was I just going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. With the early 14 Trapdoor stuff in the Holy Water video, didn't you direct that? Did you film and direct that?
That was filmed and directed by Slight Dat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was that. We shot that at Slime Shack's 4th of July party. That was a lot of fun shooting that video.
Because it just seemed to match your whole aesthetic with like the trippy, psychedelic shit and all.
I mean, Slight Dat asked us, like, what do you want to go with this? And I'm like, dude, just make it crazy. And like, he just went with that. I mean, we already kind of told him that we were going to be doing kind of a more alternative psychedelic hip hop type move, just with aesthetic, and he ran with it. So. And
before 14 Trapdoors, were you already flirting with a more psychedelic style of music, or was it more of a conscious effort between you, Marty, and Jordan back then?
Honestly, it kind of just happened, but I've always kind of had psychedelic influences in my solo stuff. So. That for me, it was easy, and then eventually we just kind of figured out that we're a bunch of weirdos and we make weirdo music, and it just has a psychedelic tint to it and a little bit of like an alternative and punky and then bars too, like we still spit. So we wanted to make something that was something different, and we have, and I'm proud of it.
Oh yeah, for sure, it's amazing stuff. And then just even like the unconventional elements that like you wouldn't hear at a normal like hip hop beat. I think Jordan and Marty, they have a song, and like there's like the creaking of like a rocking chair that's like incorporated. I think it's a love letter to
not another love
song. Yep. Oh yeah, it's just so cool. And then like cool. You hear that once and it just kind of just sticks out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Of course. And so when you first began making music, that was just rapping, or were you also trying to produce or thinking about producing?
When I first started making music, it was only rap. It took me a few years to get my head around things with beat making, to where I was comfortable doing it.
When did you start?
Probably around 2016 with making beats, actually seriously making beats. And since then, I give myself credit because I feel like I've come a long way. So it's been a really important part of my artistic output now is my production. So I'm happy I get to express myself in that way, as not just my voice,
No, yeah, I feel like it gives you like a whole new outlook on it, and just like a second outlet. It's almost like a completely different thing.
Right.
Right. And when you're doing production, are you mostly sampling or are you playing any keyboard?
No, I'm sampling.
Just all sampling?
Yeah, samples and drum packs and 808 packs. I mean, I use Kenny Beats' 808 packs, and I use drum loops, and I use drum patterns. I use a lot of shit from a lot of different random places to create what I want to create. Because I don't have an MPC, I don't have pads, I don't have
like a vinyl sampler or anything.
Yeah, I don't have a synthesizer.
Okay.
I have my computer and my clicking ability. So I got to chop shit up like in Audacity and break it down, make sure it's perfect and all that stuff. So it's kind of an arduous process when I make beats, but I know how to do it now to the point where like it's second nature. But I would love to eventually get on something where I can like play my music.
Branch out with your like different avenues of beat making, I suppose.
Exactly. Just add more tools to the belt there.
And then I remember just randomly seeing a video of you on YouTube with like a live band.
Yeah.
Well, what year was that, and what was that?
That was like 2015-ish. That was so Rada Rada was a band, and then they had a sub band from that called Death Picnic, which was just Marty on his MV doing the pads, and then Brian Segura on drums, and then Colin Brodowski on bass. So they would perform with me at shows. Like I opened for Cage, and we did a live band performance with them and me, and it went great. And then after that, we did like that video just for fun and just to kind of promote like the fact that we're doing stuff together. And then we did a few other ones where I was with a live band. I love playing with a live band, but Death Picnic kind of dissolved a little bit and all that. But I loved playing with a live band. I really did.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun and just like so much energy with just the live music.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
Hearing this like the clashes and stuff is that loud and
just like loud,
getting you
drums.
going. Yeah,
yeah, of course, yeah,
totally.
That's just awesome. But have you played with any like live bands since then?
No.
But I know like you work with Kevin though, right? Kevin Spears. He does like he doesn't like play live, but he plays music.
Kevin produced the Ghost Living Hotels EP that I made. Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact he made a lot of those beats with his own like strings and stuff and his own drums.
Yeah,
so,
he's super talented.
Yeah, very talented cat. Shout out to Kev.
Kevin Spears, yep. Look him up.
Yeah, like that tape's great, and he's mad talented. So I mean, right now I think he's working with Gaines and like the Old Souls guys, and I'm not sure who else to do Native Son live. So that's really cool, and shout out to all of them.
Mm-hmm. And the one song from that EP, the 14 EP, that has like the really sped up voice on it, the beat from Ghost Living Hotels, that has like the that one always sticks out to me. I like that song a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so cool.
I think it's called Acid Trance. Is that the one you like?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then just a song of yours that sticks out to me that I really like is Cigars from Havana.
Yeah.
Could you just speak about that song for a little bit?
Totally. This dude Flo Fills online. I had heard this beat. I think I heard it on like one of those like
24 hours like YouTube stations.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it was like chill music shit. Mm-hmm. And I heard it and I was like, oh fuck. So I like found out his contact information. And I emailed him about it and said, look, I'm about to drop a project. I'd love to use this. I think it's called Dolce was the name of the beat. And I was like, I'd love to use it. I can send you the song when it's done so I can prove to you it's going to be great and not just some bullshit rapper hitting you. Mm-hmm. Basically, is exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And he said, all right, word, let me know when it's done. So I finished it, sent it to him. He said, fucking use it. just make sure I get credited. So
Fuck
he didn't charge me a dime.
Wow.
And then so just we spit it, and then we did a video at the, I can't remember what
Elmwood Art Festival, was it?
No, it was like, I can't remember what it was on Grant. It was called something else. It was at a festival thing. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, funny story. Before we started shooting that, I took some Molly that I later found out was like bath salts.
Oh shit.
So I get out there. I'm in the middle of it's so hot, and I'm walking through the crowd, people, and I'm like, I feel like I'm about to start rolling, and I start feeling like funny, and by the end of the shoot, I was kind of focused the whole time, so I guess it didn't like get on top of me yet. Mm-hmm. And then like after the shoot, I started walking back, and I was just like, dude, there's something wrong here. It might have been like a research chemical. I just I don't know, but yeah, like I came back to Marty's house and just like passed out, like had like a bucket next to me. I thought I was like in bad shape.
Holy shit!
The whole time I was at the place shooting, I felt great. Mm-hmm. The second I stopped, my body's like, hold on a second, we got something to tell you. You got some fucking weird shit in you.
Wait, how did you end up not figuring out that it was bath salts?
Well, basically I asked the person I got it from what it was or what it could be. He said it might be bath salts, but I think he just said that because I don't think he has any idea about what research chemicals are. I think it was like some of that research chemical stuff. I don't think it was bath salts.
What are research? Is that just like a mixed bag of random shit inside of?
No, it's like it's just like the same as like what Adderall is for coke, basically, or Adderall is for meth. Okay. It's synthesized.
Okay.
Research chemicals are synthesized molecules and the parts of the drug that work, but they're made man-made like that.
Okay.
And they have different properties and they make you feel different and all that. So I don't fuck with that shit, but I learned about it because I want to know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. You learned about it the hard way.
That's exactly right.
Unfortunately.
Exactly right.
But with the psychedelics, has using psychedelics have had like any impact on the music that you make, or just like the way that you think in general, just your life?
Yeah, I find acid to be very therapeutic. I microdose, and I feel like that's the best way to do it. My latest release, Blue Tomorrow, I recorded the whole thing on acid because I wrote the whole thing, and I don't know if I was high or whatever the fuck I was. I wrote it, but I wrote it in a certain way that it really wanted to come from a certain place in my chest. So when I'm on acid, I feel a little bit more like inclined to visit parts of me that are sometimes can be shut off, or my third eye's closed, or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. So when I recorded that project, I felt very, very like at ease and comfortable in what I was trying to do, and emotional. So the emotions from that kind of, you could hear them through the songs. So yeah, I find therapy in psychedelics.
Acid, it brings up like emotions that you aren't aware of, like in your normal day-to-day life, or that are sometimes suppressed, basically?
I would say yes. I would also say that overall it just amplifies them.
Okay.
You might have emotions that are just kind of sitting down low, but like if you take acid, they will come out, and for me, it's been really therapeutic and cool to see, where I'm at, like where's my mental at, how am I feeling about myself, and I just really embrace the tripping, and I embrace the journey. Like, it's a very important thing when you take drugs of that nature, is just believing and being excited and going in it head on and ready to learn some more about yourself.
Mm-hmm. What about acid versus mushrooms? Because I have no experience with any psychedelics.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately,
I did shrooms a lot when I was a kid, like in the teenage years. I graduated off of them because I started getting really bad stomach aches when I ate them.
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
And overall, I just don't. I wasn't a huge fan of the sitting in my stomach aspect of that drug. I like acid because it goes right to my brain. My tummy's already kind of like sensitive.
It gives you like a stomach ache. Is it like food poisoning or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, it just kind of like, I just didn't like how it sat. I'd feel fine in my head, but like I just didn't like how it sat in my stomach. So I kind of retired from shrooms about 7 years ago or so. But now I'm just now when I really want to do something like that, I just grab a tab of acid and go for it.
And
Yeah.
and so with microdosing, are you literally taking the piece of acid and then just like ripping off a piece, or is it like, I don't know what the difference between the blotter or the paper.
Well, they just basically usually they just drip it onto a sheet of paper.
Okay.
Sometimes they have it perforated so you can cut out little squares. But what we just do is we just take like a whole sheet, which is like 10 hits, and we just cut it into 10 equal parts, so we know there's 10 hits there. And then we just take one of the hits and we just cut slivers out, and then we take a sliver, and the next hour take a sliver, next hour take a sliver, and it ends up being like right around a hit or hit and a half, but
it's more even, I guess.
But it's a really slow burn. It doesn't hit you out of nowhere. It gets you like into that mind state in a very, very gentle way, and that's the way we do it. It's the way to go.
And so, how long, if you take a regular piece of acid, how long does that take to like kick in? Or does it depend? Or?
Anywhere from like a half hour to an hour.
But then once it kicks in, kind of deal.
Yeah. Well, like I said, with microdosing, it's slower. You'll start feeling tingles in about 45 minutes, and then take another sliver at the hour, and then about an hour and 45 minutes, you start feeling like, okay, I got my body going, and then it just kind of builds. But if you take like a full tab and then you just go out in the world, like it's all going to hit you at once. So, I mean, that's fine too. And that's a good way of doing it too, just to get it going. But I just found that for my mind, it just likes the way I ease myself into it. 'Cause I just kind of can take a nice breath, move on to my next level, and just go,
Is it, and it's probably kind of like, well, I guess if you've done it a couple of times, but I'd imagine if you just started and then you just take one and then it hits you, it's probably kind of like stressful, right?
It's all about your mindset.
And do you need to have I was just going to ask you about that next, like kind of like mind control to not think negative things? Is that actually true?
I think that's very true. I think that you have to have the right mindset going into it. If you're worried about doing acid and try to do acid, don't even do it. If you're excited and you're looking forward to it and you're willing to, it's hard to explain, but like if you're willing to let yourself go a little bit and let yourself be yourself and just know it's going to go great and have that really ingrained, like you're going to have a great time, and you're going to have some very, very enlightening experiences.
And like I've had friends who have done acid, and like I'm like, explain to me like what it looks like, and they're like they can't even do it. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, just like kind of what you're saying.
There's a lot of trails and like bees will have like little trails like old hockey pucks did on TV, and
oh shit,
like trees will like kind of, when they're moving around, kind of look like a big beehive. Things it's real, but it's real subtle stuff like that. There's a lot of myths about
like cartoons
acid.
and shit.
Like none of that shit happens.
Yeah,
none, zero. There's no cartoons walking up to you. There's no fucking giant monsters walking down the street out of nowhere. Like it's just normal things kind of get, I don't know, brought to the forefront, and they kind of have a life of their own. But they're not like they don't have like a mean feel to them. There's not like an evil spirit to them. It's kind of just like one with nature is how you feel.
And so are you able to like envision, like see your emotions, or is that still like inside of you, how the way you feel, or is like around you kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it, but
no, you feel your emotions. You feel your emotions probably even higher than you usually do when you're on it. So yeah, I mean, it's I highly recommend it as long as you are like interested. If you're interested in it, read about it, get the facts, and then just understand that if you do it and it's good stuff, make sure you test your stuff always.
They have like kits for that?
Yeah.
For testing?
Yeah.
It?
Like little acid drop kits, and like they have
like a little pregnancy test for acid.
Pretty much. Yeah. If you're gonna do it, just go into it happy, go into it excited, because you're in for a trip.
Yeah. I don't know if I got like a friend who said he did it too intensely during like a couple of month period, and he said he kind of, I don't know, he kind of got like fried from it, I guess. I don't know if that's
you gotta space it out. My mantra with that is like once a month max, but I prefer to go once every 3 months. Let my brain completely reset.
Because you can feel it after you do it, like the kind of like a hangover from it.
Well, you won't feel the hangover from it, but it'll still be in your body, and your brain will still be adjusting. So you don't want to kind of throw more coal on the fire there by doing it again really soon. You want to give it time to get all your levels, chemical levels in your brain back to the right spot, and then when you do it again, you get to raise them back up instead of having them just turkey jerky
compound. Then you just, and then that's how you get like fried, or does
no, that's how you get fried. If you do a lot consistently over time, maybe once a week, twice a week, once every week is almost too much, probably is too much. If you're doing it once every other day, it's too much.
Then that does.
I mean, this is my opinion, but I'm only going off of what I've seen people do and deal with. But with doing it a lot, So.
And it does permanent damage.
I don't think so.
No,
I think the only permanent damage it could do is psychologically.
Okay.
It's not gonna like fry your brain actually, but it's gonna affect your emotions and your outlook if you continuously knock yourself out of pure reality, the reality we unfortunately have to live with every day. We have to come back to it and keep living in it. You don't just transcend and float away after an acid trip. Like, you have to come back and readjust yourself, let yourself reset.
Yeah, you need like that juxtaposition between reality and that, because that's not, it's like every day can't be a good day.
Exactly.
Got to have bad days to have good days,
that's
I guess,
right?
But, and then just like myths about people like turning into like vegetables after like doing acid, like that. Does that actually happen?
I don't know. I haven't heard any of that, but I could see like people doing it too much and kind of losing their shit. Not vegetables though. I don't know anybody going to be in a coma from acid. I mean, honestly, if someone's in a coma from a drug, it's either an overdose or they got slipped a hot dose.
What's that mean?
Just someone selling a drug that's not the drug.
Oh, okay. They say just like some fentanyl shit.
Yeah, whatever it might be. Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. Oh yeah, because I think I heard a story of like some kid who was like running through a lawn and he had a sheet of acid in his pocket, and there were sprinklers that went off, and then it like seeped into his skin. Would that actually happen?
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Interesting. Because I'm just not that much. My drug knowledge isn't that hardy. More of a alcohol guy myself. Like I said on the Chango podcast, I thought the last time I saw Short was at Marty's house. We were making music, and I was very drunk, and I was drinking. I think I was drinking Michelob Ultralight, and I think I had 8 of the 16-ounce cans, and then I went through them, and then on my last one, I kept like picking up the empty one every couple minutes, and I think Short told me that. I think we were at like a show at Sugar City, maybe. So I think that was the last time I saw you at the Sugar City show.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You remember that at all?
The Sugar City? Yeah, I do remember it. I think it was the last time I was there. It was interesting.
Yeah, and I think that they just closed too, which is
they did. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, I think they just closed the Little Africa Club too.
Oh my God, all these Buffalo staples, man. That stinks. Yeah, just that pandemic. But they used to, I think Sugar City, they would like work out a deal with the artists. Like you could just come and volunteer, and then you'd be able to fucking do a show there. Like that's so cool.
Yeah,
super for the community. That's amazing.
No, I doing shows like places like that. Like I'll do that.
Any day of the week. Yeah, right. And they had like an art gallery in there and shit.
Yeah, they had all types of stuff, costumes and shit.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think are some of your favorite venues in the area?
I mean, I've played the ones I've played. Out of the ones I've played, Town Ballroom's my favorite. Nietzsche's is second. Mohawk's third. When they set up Music is Art correctly, I like playing Music is Art stages.
Is that the one that's in the grain mills, the Music is Art, or is that a different one?
It's at Riverworks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then I like playing Bufaloo. They usually have pretty nice stages. Playing this year too. Mm-hmm. That's in the terminal, Buffalo Terminal.
Oh, wow.
Which is going to be sick.
Whoa, yeah, that's going to be insane. Holy shit.
So really excited for that one.
I know that terminal is so cool in there, and
really
it's not
cool.
really being utilized for much,
yeah,
which is sad.
It's very, very cool.
But what dictates like a good venue for you, like as an artist? What do you expect from a venue, or what do you like to see from the venue?
The sound's got to be good. Mm-hmm. That's number one. Like,
number one.
Honestly, without the sound, I don't think anything else really matters. So if the sound is good, and the stage is solid, and there's a good spot for the spectators to be in. I like Nietzsche's because you could sit on the tops, on the sides, and then you could have people in kind of like the bullpen in the bottom, and like that's just a cool setup. They always have nice lights there too. I like lights as well. but yeah, like the sound needs to be good, and I trust all those things I mentioned, all those places and events to have good sound. That's my biggest thing. And then after that, I'm just gonna rock. So if I feel comfortable, it's all it takes. Like if I start rapping in my mic and I feel like I'm too low or it's like peaking or some shit, like I can't do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the biggest pet peeve for me ever.
Exactly, like, especially just as like music audio people, you know.
Right.
We just have that ear for it, and then it's just like, what the fuck?
That's exactly right. You know when it's bad.
And do you have any pre-show rituals that you do?
Oh yeah. When I play on Allen, which is usually Nietzsche's, I go to the Alley Cat bar before. I take a shot. I take 2 shots of vodka alongside 2 vodka tonics. And then I walk down. That's just a small ritual, but I do it every single time. I love it. It's my one of my favorite rituals because like I get to be alone for a little bit and just kind of my thoughts, and then I go in there and I do my thing. But I also like to sometimes I like taking the bus to like the shows. I don't know why, but I kind of just like I kind of just want to be with people, not necessarily my bandmates or whatever. I just like the idea that I'm just taking this bus with everyone else and we're all just going to to purposes that are different. Like I like that feeling. I definitely got to get a few in me before shows. I mean, I have a pretty good tolerance for alcohol, but it definitely helps me get the nerves out a little bit. I still get nerves. If you don't, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like pre-show rituals are really just getting myself ready. I don't talk much before the show. After the show, I'm fucking. But before the show, I'm just like thinking about the songs, thinking about how I'm going to inflect, what I want to say, how it's going to go, where the drops are, where the transitions are, things like that. So I just my goal is just to like have a perfect show every time. I mean, it's never been perfect, but I've always like strived for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played a show since the what was the Ghosts, the one that Amaya put on in that cool place. Was that the club that just closed? Was that what you did? Was that the Little Africa Club? That's
right.
She did like that Halloween party?
That's right. I think I played that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I remember that. I can put you on a show, hip hop night in September. Like I know you don't do all hip hop, but I don't give a fuck. Brad, I'm curating it.
Okay.
Brad from Freak the Mighty is doing his Blame the Viceroy shit, which is not really hip hop. He's doing it in August.
Oh wow!
So I'd be happy to put you on that.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah. I haven't done a show in forever.
I got you. That's no problem.
Pretty rusty, but I think I can pull it off.
You got time.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, I play every day, you know. But as for my probably just my pre-show rituals, probably just have a few beers and then that's literally it. Yeah.
Just drinking some beers, cool.
Yeah, before
I like to relax and chat it up sometimes if I can. Sometimes if I'm really really trying to like if I have any concerns about anything, I'm kind of in that thinking about that. But if I feel really, really, really comfortable, then I'm just kind of like chatting it up with everyone that's performing and getting everyone hyped and being like, yo, it's going to be dope as hell. Like just things like that. I just like camaraderie and the way that we can all like take one night, you know, and just do something great for art and do something great that expresses our art. So
yeah, exactly. And you're so like you're such like a seasoned like performer, of course, obviously, but you say you still get nervous, so that's cool.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's hard not to. I don't get physically nervous. I just get nervous in my head. I can start overthinking and yeah, but I don't know. Like at this point, like you said, like I'm kind of seasoned, so it's like at this point, it's more of a whisper in my head than it used to be. It used to be kind of like
a scream.
Yeah, now it's just kind of like don't forget about this. Now what about this? So I mean, I'm definitely very comfortable performing. There's no problem. But yeah, I'm still get a little nervous.
Oh no, yeah. Whenever you perform, though, you always have a certain confidence on stage for sure that everybody knows. I definitely notice it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. What was I just gonna say? I keep forgetting shit.
This podcast is called
Garden Pals.
Garden Pals.
And there's no. It's just kind of just a goof.
I watched your last one you put on YouTube like a day ago, 2 days ago.
Yeah, which one?
I think you're sitting at outside.
Yeah, the one that's called Cuck and Bulls. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the way you got the setup, and I love podcasts.
Oh no, yeah.
I listen to so many podcasts. I'm like a huge fan. Serial killer podcasts, sports podcasts, music podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've always wanted to get into it. So it's kind of cool to sit here with you and see how this works.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
This is awesome. Like it doesn't even seem like it's that much trouble.
No, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then
These are really nice mics though.
oh yeah, yeah, it's just because like obviously I do music and stuff, but then I'm not a person who could focus on making music all day long. So I kind of wanted just a second outlet or just like a hobby kind of passion thing to do. And like just talking to people is nice, especially during these past few months where it's just like you don't talk to anybody, but it's, it's nice to come in and check in on people, have some laughs.
I think that's why I was so into doing it. It's like I just wanted to kind of have a little chat with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in so long.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time. But yeah, and it's like not that I felt like my life didn't have any purpose, but like it's just nice to just have like some projects to keep working on when like I'm not working on music. I can like fucking edit this podcast, I could do whatever, post it on YouTube. Then my friends like watch it and shit, and then I could like introduce people to your music or whatever.
Totally.
And then we can just, and of course I just want to pick your brain just because you're a friend and just a very definitely a Buffalo staple for sure.
Well, thank you, man. It's I'm just happy to be here. I really am. Like after last year, I didn't know what the hell was happening. I had so many different thoughts about it. So I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy that we're through it. I'm happy I'm vaccinated. I'm happy that we're operating at full capacity all over the place, and we're just back. I think that there's going to be a lot of like people are going to like not know what to do because like shock. It's like shocking that everything's right back where it was.
It kind of happened quick, like from like double mask to like, okay, no mask.
It was literally double mask in February, and then it was no mask in late June.
Exactly.
That's pretty quick.
It was really quick.
Vaccination happened fast.
Exactly. They turned that shit up quick.
So, and then the fact that New York got to pass 70%, now herd immunity comes in. Like, basically, we should keep everyone out of New York for at least a couple months.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because we're doing good. Like, we're going to be Gucci. I saw online the other day that we had, like, I think it was on Saturday of last week, we had, like, below 5 new COVID cases in the whole county.
Yeah, and then there was, like, I saw another one, like, there was some hotel, some fucking, some hospital in Rochester that this was the first time they had no COVID cases inside of it.
That's crazy.
That's pretty fucking insane. But yeah, it happened quick. And yeah, I think it might be a little bit like a newborn baby deer, the first like couple mass gatherings of folks, but then we'll just get right back to it and have a fucking...
Well, I mean, I'm just, like it's everything, all the news is coming out and all the things that are like, oh, we're back, everything's okay. It only like makes life a little better.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you feel like you can do something that isn't frowned upon anymore. Like I can walk over to you right now and give you a hug.
Yeah, exactly.
And people be like, oh, distancing. It's like, nah, dude.
Here we go, 6 feet right here at this table. Yeah, sure.
Just doing like normal things and feeling the love from people and interacting with people. Like I do miss that. I think that we feed off each other. I think that a lot of people need that to feel good about themselves.
Probably, everybody, and even if they don't want to admit it, everybody needs a little hug sometimes.
Everyone needs a little,
just a little hug.
Needs a little love and tenderness,
or maybe a hand hug, just a little handshake.
Totally.
But this is gonna be fun. Yeah, the summer it's gonna be back. Shows. Yeah. That's just so exciting.
A lot of shows.
Haven't been to a show since probably. Oh no, the last show I went to was they did that like metal and hip hop show at Casa di Francesco.
Oh, I went there that one.
Yeah, I think that was February maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a lot of fun, kind of mixing it up. And then I think, what is it? This Saturday, pulling up my calendar. This Saturday, the 26th of June, 2021.
Yeah, it's like
they're doing another
Freak and Wavy and a couple
Django,
and a couple
hardcore bands, right?
Yeah, that's right. And Donnie, my friend Donnie, who is married to Lil Gab.
Okay.
He's the one throwing it.
And he's the tattoo artist, right?
That's right. And he plays in the band as well.
Oh, wow, that's right. Cool. Yeah, that's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited for all this stuff, man. It's going to be great.
No, yeah, just anything.
And then like just to see what comes of it and how things like evolve from here. It's like the post-COVID evolution. Where are we going to go?
Yeah, and to see what everybody like had in the vault, in the COVID vault, to see what their sets are going to be like. It's just exciting shit.
Exactly right.
Because what, year and a half, year and some change. Well, I guess we could wrap this up, but then we could do another one, maybe me, you, Jordan.
Totally.
That would be dope. Or anybody else that you want to have on here, we could chat it up. Chat about
definitely
anything.
we get one with Jordan. We could talk more 14 stuff, and maybe like, because we have a lot of shows and we're pinning those down, so we could talk about those, and maybe just talk about anything you fucking want, man.
Yeah,
it's your show.
You
run the world, man.
It's my world. All right. Thank you very much for coming.
Of course.
Or thanks for having me, actually. Not coming
well, thank you.
I'm in Short's house.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, thank you for having me. And shout out Garden Pals and